Hello and welcome to episode 24 of Bitch Please with Daniel Fernandez. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we get to tonight's caller, I quickly want to update you on the shows that I'm doing. I'm doing a bunch of dates across India over the next few weeks, and next month I'm at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival in Australia. So if you live in Melbourne, I would love for you to come and see me. Ticket details are available in the comments of this episode. All right, let's get to tonight's caller. Let's see who we have. Hello.
Hi, Danny. How are you? This is Robin.
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us, Robin. Where are you calling us from?
I am calling in from the pretty land of Punjab.
Very nice. I was there a couple of months ago. I was in Amritsar, I believe. Yes, I was in Amritsar. I had a corporate show in Amritsar. Man, the food over there. Wow.
I
Wow.
know, right? It is just next level.
Like
Food, you've got to
whenever,
ask the Punjabis.
yeah, the Punjabis know what they're doing in the kitchen.
Definitely. Definitely. We got you on that.
Awesome. Yep. Awesome. So you know how this goes. What would you like to bitch about?
Danny, I have a bunch of things in mind, but the biggest
Mm-hmm.
thing that I want to bitch about today is what's up with traditional roles in relationships? As in, why are we going about like a girl has to be feminine, the guy has to be masculine? Why
Mm-hmm.
can't people be just people? Um, I don't know. I just find this really annoying that we all have gotten into this set of rules that one has to pay for the bills or anything that we get at restaurant, be it
Mm-hmm.
movies, and it's just the man is expected to do so, or it, I just think we're all self-sufficient. Any one of
Okay.
us could do that, you
Awesome.
know?
Awesome. Okay. So let's break it down bit by bit. If I understand clearly, you are not somebody who conforms to traditional gender stereotypes. Um, in dating, I'm guessing. Yeah. In dating, relationships. And are you currently single?
Yes, I am.
Okay, great. So you're
And
you're on the market, and I can tell by the tone in your voice that you're not exactly happy about what's going on. Okay, so let's take this step by step, right?
mhm.
Traditional gender stereotypes in a relationship. What have you observed from your experience that you are not quite on board with?
um, Danny, the most major thing has been that when I go on dates, okay, I'm happy to split the bill or even, take the bill for that matter. I'm good with it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I got told once that, if a woman does do so, it kind of isn't, nice for the man's masculinity in some sense.
Okay, so
Why be so
basically,
fragile?
right. So fragile egos at play here. Finances in a dating scenario always um, thin ice from my experience because we don't talk about this often enough. There is no clear expectation set, and these expectations
Hmm.
vary from person to person. So I mean, personally, where I come from, when it comes to paying, let's say on a date, this is my rule. Okay, tell me what you think about it.
Uh-huh.
My rule is if I ask you out on the date, I'd like to
Hmm.
pay for it because I asked you out. Um,
See,
after
that's
that,
peaceful, right?
yeah,
Hmm.
after that, if it goes well and we go on a second date or a third date, I'm okay to split the
Hmm.
bill. In fact, honestly, I insist that we do. Li-
I
Life is
I totally
expensive,
get it.
bro.
I
Just
know, right? Like that's what I think. I mean, I genuinely think that instead of algebra, they should have taught us finance management. So I think we
hmm.
wouldn't have messed around here.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
totally agree to you that,
Hmm.
I follow a similar rule that if whoever's planning the first date or if I'm
Hmm.
taking an initiative, I'm
Hmm.
okay to foot the bill.
Yeah,
And next time you can take an initiative without
yeah,
us maybe putting us in labels that, hey, um, anybody's a gold digger or anybody's like a man's man. We
yeah.
just can be chill about it.
I mean, see, to be fair, I get where this tradition has come from. It's kind of ingrained in
Hmm.
us from our time growing up, and there was a time back in the day where men would go out and work, and women were raised to be homemakers, so to say. So in terms of income, it was a bit lopsided. The
Yes.
men tended to have more money than the women, so it was like, oh, and then chivalry, like, let me buy you flowers, let me take you out, and all of that. Fair. Different time, different rules. I think everyone should pay.
Hmm.
Everyone should pay.
Absolutely.
Man, I was with somebody a few years ago. I was with somebody who never touched her wallet whenever we went out. It was it was I mean I didn't bring it up either. It was stupid of me. I was just so excited as a working adult to have money, and I was like, yeah, I can take care of you.
I know, right? So I totally get this. Millennials
Yeah.
getting, adult money with like kid brain
Yes.
has been a
Yeah.
downfall for
Yeah.
sure.
And then after a while, I'm like, hey, it's been like a couple of years. I've been taking care of you a little too much.
It's way too much, way too soon, my friend. We've got
Yeah.
to like kind of chill,
Yeah.
lay down about it. I
So
see that. Mhm.
so yeah, I think when it comes to money in a relationship or dating, keep your ego aside, man. Like, if you don't have money, just say you don't have money. There are times where, all of us tend to, what do you say, we fall on our reserves in the fuel tank. And I've told my partner, I'm like, listen, hey, it's today's not a good month. This month it hasn't been that great. So, guess who's
Mhm.
paying?
Mhm. I
But
know, right? Um, as a working individual, I totally relate to it. This is more like a salaried individual thing. It's like month ends are true for all of us.
yeah,
So we can all do crisis management. We don't have to be extravagant. We can do
yeah,
home nights, movie nights, or like just
yeah,
walk around the garden, maybe take a hike. Do
yeah.
something that doesn't cost a lot of money and you can just
That's
spend some time.
that's another very interesting thing, right? We often associate dating with spending money
Yeah.
for
What's not
some
that?
reason. And there's always this sort of, oh, you have to take her to a really fancy restaurant, you have to dress up, or really classy, buy new shoes, rent a
Hmm.
nice car or buy a car if you really want to impress her. Like this, it's dating is so capitalistic in nature. And I like what you said about planning dates that don't cost a lot of money or no money at all. And I think those are some of the best dates, just going for a trek, or what else. Throw out some ideas. What else can we do? Go on.
Maybe just plan a picnic.
A picnic is good.
Go
Picnic
watch
is
birds
good.
and go watch animals. Literally do anything.
Absolutely. There's no toll
Go
for
go
that.
look.
Yeah.
I know, right? Go to
No toll.
shelter dogs, like shelter centers, right? Dogs and
Yeah.
cats.
Absolutely. Pack a picnic basket while you're at it. Bread and some butter. It's
Some good old jam and some good old tea. I mean, like
yeah.
chai can be your bestie too, right?
Yeah.
And
Or
on top
just
of that,
mm,
wear pajamas. Best thing ever.
absolutely easy to take off,
That too.
right? That too.
Wink,
That's
wink.
yeah, yeah, easy to take off. And just go to a hill, watch the sunset, go to the beach. Like, I think more people should spend time rather than
Mhm.
money to have a good date.
I know, right? And it's also about taking initiative. More
Yeah.
often than not, when we get into these gender roles, it's always like, who is going to take an initiative?
Dude, I hate
And I
that.
mean,
I absolutely hate that. And I hate the pressure that has unduly been put on men for so many years to make the first move. It
I know,
and
right?
and and let me tell you, Robin, it is nerve wracking. Okay, because we don't have the
Hmm.
confidence. Not everybody has the confidence to just walk up to a girl they like and be like, "Hey, I like you. Would you like to go out on a date?" It's scary. It's like, ladies, if you're listening to this, let me tell you, it is the scariest thing for a guy to do. Like, to kind of make himself so vulnerable and walk up to a girl and say, hey, I like you, and would you be interested in going out with me? It sounds so
Mm-hmm.
easy, but it is so difficult to do. So if you could meet us in the middle and make the first move, I promise you, if the guy is into you, you'll probably just have a wonderful first date and a second date and a third date. A week later, you'll be engaged. A month after that,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be expecting his baby. Who doesn't want that?
Hell
Win
yeah.
win.
And I know, right? And also, like, I do have another thought on this. On the
Hmm.
flip side, right? If a woman reaches out to you guys out there, don't
Hmm.
call her desperate and don't call her needy.
Oh, yeah.
Appreciate that woman's confidence too. She
Yes,
made an effort
100%.
too.
100%. I agree. 100%. Because there's too many people judging women for making a move on a guy or whoever you're interested in, like it's just so weird. You want the attention, and then when you get the attention, why are you calling the person who's giving you the attention desperate?
I
Right?
know, right? Like,
Like
if I
you're
want to
the
get in your
one.
pants, let me. Why are
Yeah,
you stopping this?
exactly. And as a guy, you're the one rubbing one out in the bathroom every night, finishing the soap way sooner than it has to. So
Right?
be
Why not
welcoming,
get in some
basically.
cuddles as well?
Yeah.
Right?
So be welcoming to a woman's advances without judgment. 100%. 100%. What are the other stereotypes that get your goat?
Um, the other thing that absolutely pisses me off is when
Hmm.
we do make an effort, why call us mommy? We don't want to be a mommy. We just are making an effort.
I mean,
Why
guys
put
do
that
that.
label? I so many. They might not do it in front of you, boys, uh,
Hmm.
but trust me, there is a fair bit of people who, like, behind curtains, it's like,
Hmm.
oh, it's so nice, you're doing this to me. And I'm like, yeah, dude, chill. Like, I get it. Like, I get the golden retriever energy.
Hmm.
I am all for it, but at least don't bring like that pseudo mommy eyes to me. It is very off-putting.
Right.
I just can't handle that.
But I do think women are naturally more nurturing than men. Like,
Hmm.
and I think when you are in a relationship where you feel safe as a man, you kind of bring out that inner child in you. Like that's how I am in a relationship, like with my partner. Like I talk to her like a little boy, you know what I mean? Like I don't have the manly, yo,
Hmm.
let's do this right now, I'm like,
Hmm.
hey, you know what I mean? Like, I can't do the voice right now on air because it's making me conscious, but it's a side of me that only my partner gets to see. But I think
Instead
that's,
of,
I think it comes from a
hmm,
place of feeling safe. Like and I think it works vice versa as well, because that's what you want in that relationship, right? You want to feel safe, where you can just drop all your guards down, be a little child every now
hmm,
and then. But yeah, at the same time, like, don't be a baby.
yeah, that's my aim
Like,
actually. I'm
yeah,
all for feeling safe. I'm all
yeah.
for feeling, the warmth and the niceness.
Hmm.
But yeah, draw a line somewhere. I'm not here to do your chores. I'm not here to pick your dirty laundry. So there's a fine line where men tend to kind of lay out, which
Yeah,
kind of bothers me.
I hear about this a lot, that men tend to get into a relationship in a way where they let go of their mother and just
Hmm.
replace her with their girlfriend.
It's true. I
Where,
have
they're
not
like,
even.
okay,
Mhm.
cook for me, do my laundry, tidy up the house. Is that very rampant?
It is around. They say that they're not so traditional stuff. They're like, oh, we're all for the modern
Hmm.
woman. We're all for the feminism. But then,
Hmm.
if I am seeing something dirty, I will comment on it that, hey, it would be
Hmm.
nice if you kind of spruced up the place. See, if
Right.
I'm making an effort to kind of, keep myself nice and clean for you, at least tidy up your surroundings. I think sometimes people just let go of the bare minimum, and that's just depressing.
Yeah. So this is why I want to give you and all the women out there a tip, okay? If you're
Hmm.
looking to be in a relationship with an adult,
Hmm.
look for a guy who's lives on his own, who's independent, who's been doing it for a while. Try and avoid men who are still living under their parents' roof. And I'll tell you why. Because as long as they are under their parents' roof, no matter how old they are still their parents' child, and as such, no shame towards the parents, but any parent would take care of their child as long as they are at home, you know. And with Indian parents, it's a little extra, as always. So, but when you leave your home, when you are independent for a while, you know, you learn what it takes to run a house, etc., etc., it makes you a very
Hmm.
different person. So which is why when you start dating somebody and it becomes serious, you already have those life skills that are needed. So personally for me, I moved out when I was 21, and I've been living on my own for most of my life. And in my 20s, so I was by myself. So I learned how to cook, I learned how to clean, I learned how to budget, I
Hmm.
learned how to keep the house tidy. So with my current relationship, it works like teamwork. So we have our
So
roles
awesome.
and responsibilities. And I think for me personally, what has really helped me is moving out, like being independent, just doing my own thing. And you learn,
Hmm.
you start small. I remember the first apartment I rented, I just had like one mattress in the living room, and that mattress was my sofa, my dining table, my bedroom. Just, when you're,
Humble beginnings, my friend.
yeah, and I think that's the best way to start, and young and broke. So you work your way from there. And today it's a very different situation. Like, I'm really happy that in my current relationship the gender roles are completely reversed, because my partner wakes up in the morning, she gets dressed like she's a full corporate boss, like, and gets ready and she goes to work, and I'm in my shorts at the door waving her goodbye. And our domestic help just judges the shit out of me. She's just like, ये भैया कभी काम पे जाते ही नहीं है, दिन भर
जब देखो
किचन,
घर पे ही रहता है.
हाँ, दिन भर किचन में कांदा काट रहा है. He's just cutting onions. Like for the first
Oh,
3 months after we moved into our new place, I'm sure I was the talk of the domestic help gossip, right, within the complex, because I was the probably the only guy who's at home all week, and on the weekends she doesn't come to work, and that's when I travel for shows. So she thinks I'm a loser who's mooching off his girlfriend. But I pull my
see.
weight, Robin. That's what I'm saying. I pull my weight. I run the kitchen in the house. So everything
Hmm.
from the pantry to the actual cooking and all of that, I do it. Like, my partner gets home from a long day at the office, and she doesn't have to worry ki na, "Arey, now I have to cook as well." The food is ready, babe. It's in the kitchen, it's piping hot. Help yourself. So yeah, move out, move out.
Yeah,
So
pretty much. Like minus the low-key jealousy, that I'm saying this out there, I'm being very honest. Minus the low-key jealousy. But yeah, learn the life skills. It doesn't take a lot. You don't have to be like Sanjeev Kapoor or like, I don't know, Gordon Ramsay about it,
yeah,
but just help out. Like do
but
something. If
tell me
Mhm.
something, Robin. As a woman, is it a turn on when you meet a guy who has these life skills?
Definitely, like I don't have to go about thinking that, hey, this person isn't like doing the bare minimum. It is like it's really refreshing for that matter, that hey, everything is there, everything is prim and proper. And then I get to feel like, okay, I can be messy around this person because I get to let go
Yeah,
of my sense of control as well.
yeah.
I think with typical brown, households and the way women are raised, um, we're taught these skills that, you've got to do this. So even when we do not want to pinpoint your house or anything, we do
Mm-hmm.
it. We're guilty.
Yeah.
I am not going
Yeah.
to defend on like defend women on that. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
We do that sometimes. We get nitpicky and like we get into the nitty-gritties of things.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta chill on that too. Girlies, chill out a little sometimes because he deserves a break too.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, just like doing that, it is so refreshing that it's not bare minimum. It's like a you're meeting on a human level. Okay, we're starting at the
Yeah.
same ground. Now we can build
Yeah.
on. It's not like
Yeah.
I have to pull you to my level and then go to another level. We're
Yeah.
already at the same ground and we're
Yeah.
just building now.
Right. And it works both ways because sometimes you'll meet women also who are like kind of so entitled. Like they won't do shit. They just want the guy to do every little thing. And you see these relationships where the men are just like slaves more than boyfriends, right? They're at their girls beck and call, get me this, get me that, do this, do that. I think like if you're expecting a man to pull his weight in a relationship, you gotta make sure you pull your weight too. I think that's
Yeah,
fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think I like honestly in such situation the only thought that comes to my mind is, dude, I get your kink, but maybe don't show it to me. Like do whatever,
Hmm.
be a slave on the down low, but kind of be equal, set better example for people, I guess.
Yeah. And I think the tide has turned, so to say. Like I
Hmm.
remember growing up, there was this conditioning that okay, if you're a woman, you gotta learn how to cook, you gotta learn how to clean because you're gonna get married and you're gonna go to your husband's house and that's what you're gonna have to do. And I'm so happy to see that a lot of my friends who are women don't cook at all. They hate cooking
That's
because
absolutely all right, but
yeah,
at the
and I
same
love
time,
it.
Danny,
I love it. But in the
I
sense, I'll
I
tell you why.
mhm.
Because they're going out there and killing it, right? They're in their respective careers. They come back home. They don't want to fucking cook. They have help to do it. And I think that's okay. Don't put pressure on yourself to like everybody can't cook. It's okay,
Yeah,
to hire someone to do it. But the point being is don't expect one or the other to do things that both of you should know how to do. I think that's
yeah.
fair. Yeah.
That's the whole idea. I believe that it should be fair game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally on this with you. Like our parents were rock stars to do each and everything, but let's face it, we've all got tiring
When
jobs, and not
when you
all of us.
when you say
Mhm.
parents, you mean our mothers.
Yeah,
Let's be honest.
some of us,
Of
some of
course,
us
yes.
had
There's
like
always there's
like
always the exception to the rule where you had that one dad out of 9,000 who really pulled his weight at home as well. But most often than not, especially millennial
yeah.
kids would have seen their parents where the father would barely lift a finger in the house because he thought that once he clocks out of office, that's it, his shift is done. And I've
Hmm.
personally seen so many mothers, not just mine, but really do so much from the moment they wake up to the time they go to sleep, and it's like unpaid labor, so to say, right? There's no salary coming in for that, for that, and
Hmm.
it's only when you set off on your own and you get your own apartment and you start doing things by yourself do you truly appreciate how much hard work your mom put in all those years. That's something
Yeah,
I learned. Yeah.
true. It has been thankless for our mothers for
Mm-hmm.
sure.
Yeah.
Um, but again, don't put like we're new gen. We're doing things
Yeah.
with breaking traditional bonds. We are overcoming generational trauma. We are driving a change, but it's
Yeah,
just that with
exactly. Which is why, with this generation, it is now time for the women to be the assholes.
I know totally. I wish I had that asshole energy. I so wish if I wasn't that big a
Oh,
crybaby, I wish I
God.
had that energy to just kind of
Mm-hmm.
be like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
do your shit or pack up and get out.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Are there any other gender stereotypes that piss you off? I'm also thinking.
Um, I'm also kind of giving it a thought here. Mm,
Yeah. Like for me, again, yeah. So, We started with pay your share, man. Pay your share in
Hmm.
a relationship, whatever it is. Like, make sure you contribute financially to the relationship from the first date to in marriage or whenever till you die. Make sure you you're both spending money in the
Hmm.
relationship. Don't make the first move. Yeah, don't expect just the guy to do it. And if the girl does it, don't judge her for it. Learn to cook. Learn to cook.
Make an effort. I guess the biggest
Make
thing
an
is make
effort.
an effort. Whatever you
Yeah.
do, make an effort, be it like
Hmm.
bare minimum skills or effort to somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate that when somebody makes an effort. Don't be cocky about it. Um, those kind of things were of the old gen of the lost causes. It's
Mm-hmm.
not so cool anymore. If you
Mm-hmm.
want to be cool and if you want to be amazing, just make an effort and appreciate. The
Yeah.
little small gesture goes a long way. Um,
Yeah.
I want to add one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Just when talking about, making those small dates, it's not
Yeah.
even always about the date. Get your man some flowers, get him some chocolates, and so does the guys. Get your girl something. Do
Yeah.
those silly things, make a
Gifts.
present.
Yeah. I think gifts are so underrated. So underrated.
And
And
just my
I like I
90s when
like
we had silly cards.
yeah, I know, right? Hallmark and what's the other one we used to go to? There was
Archie's,
Hallmark.
our go-to.
Archie's. Oh my god, Archie's.
Those silly little gifts, those
All
silly
right.
little hearts and cups and mugs and whatnot.
Oh my God. So Gen Z, if you're listening in, right, when we were experiencing this, you guys were probably sperm. So I'm going to fill you in. When we hit our teens and we started falling in love or developing crushes and stuff, we used to have two stores. One it's either Hallmark or Archie's, where you'd get all these different types of greeting cards for different occasions. And if it was somebody's birthday or if it was Valentine's Day, or you wanted to get just get your partner a card that expresses your love, you would run to Hallmark or Archie's and pick up a card, and then you would write a little something on the card, put it in an envelope, and then hide it inside your partner's bag. It was so romantic. It was so old school. I still have cards from my college days, by the way. Like,
I have it too. And I
yeah,
still get so happy and giggly about it. And it's just a rush, right? Making that effort, hiding that
yeah,
silly note,
yeah,
writing the general,
yeah.
note on the front of the card, and then there's a hidden
Correct.
place like a back end where you're just writing something way
Yeah,
nicer for them. It
yeah.
was just
And do you remember the
next
pop-up
level.
cards? Remember the pop-up cards? Like, you'd open the card and like this whole, it would
I know
like,
teddy
yeah,
bears,
like
animals, you could
teddy
pick
bears,
like
and like a
you could
penis would
pick
come out.
anything.
It was, yeah, good times.
Weird times
Good
you could
times.
like have that pull out
Yeah,
tabs where time
yeah.
would pop up.
Man, life was so much
Awesome days.
simpler and fun back then, dude. So much
I
simpler.
know.
Like, I
Yeah,
miss
now
those
Archie's is
days.
just like a Nepo Babies movie now.
Yeah,
That's what we are
exactly.
at now.
That is what Archie's is. Yeah, exactly. It was a greeting card company for us back in the day. But I agree 100%. Gifts are very underrated in relationships, and you don't have to buy anything expensive. Just like you could even just like Swiggy a dessert over to your love
Man,
interest. and
hell
and
yes.
it and if people often think like a gift is about how much you spend on it. It's not. What is a gift? A gift is basically your way of saying, hey, I've been thinking about you. And believe me, when you surprise somebody with a dessert or a greeting card or even flowers, that's what you're basically saying, right? And I've been thinking about you. And that's what makes all the difference between being in a relationship that's so and a relationship where you're getting laid every night, right? Just buy gifts. Just buy gifts. Yeah. And I
Keep the
love that
spark
idea.
alive.
Yeah, I love that idea of getting men flowers. I don't think I have
And
received enough flowers in my lifetime. So if you want to send me flowers, just send me flowers, dude. I have space in
and
the house. Yeah. Yeah.
it's like the most cost effective if you're like that person, who thinks about cost.
Hmm.
in
Hmm.
gifting, food and flowers are the way to go. You
Yeah.
can always use offers and discounts. It's
Yeah.
easier on the budget, and the other
100%.
person's just happy to receive a cupcake. For them,
Yeah.
it's the cupcake, not the
Exactly.
tagline, not the price line. It's just
Yeah.
the gesture, it's the
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. And if I could sum this entire conversation up into one sentence, it would be that love doesn't cost too much. If
Amen.
if 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 you're smart about it, man, just go out there and make you move and be cheap about it, and they'll fall in love with you.
Yeah, just do it. Like okay,
Yeah.
no stealing taglines, but do it.
Hmm. Yeah, 100%. Awesome. Cool. This was a lot of fun. Do you have anything else you want to bitch about? Like any other stereotypes? Or like we've covered it.
We're good for today, I think.
We're good for
I
today. Yeah.
it is a good load off,
Y-
definitely. And
Yeah.
thank you for hearing me out, and thank you for letting me
My
share these.
pleasure. My pleasure. Thank you so much for coming on, Robin. This was a nice, light discussion. It was very nice to go down memory lane. I haven't thought of Hallmark and Archie's in forever. Thank you for that. Thank
You're
you for
most
that.
welcome.
Because with everything that's going on with the world today, it's really nice to be able to just shut that off and take a trip down memory lane to a time where life was so much simpler and more beautiful,
Mhm.
right? So thank you for that, Robin. I think I owe you one for that reminder.
No worries. I am happy to do so. Nostalgia lane is my favorite lane. Keep the inner child
Yes.
alive.
All right. Right back at you. Awesome. So this was a fun episode. Thank you so much for joining me, Robin. I had a great time. I hope you did too.
I did too. Thank you.
Awesome.
Take
And
care.
thank you so much. Thank you so much for listening and watching from all over the world. Once again, just a reminder, I'm doing a bunch of shows across India over the next couple of weeks, and I'm in Melbourne, Australia next month for the comedy festival over there. Details are available in the comments section of this episode. Thank you so much for joining me, Robin. You have a wonderful night and the rest of the week, and I'll hopefully bump into you at a live show soon.
I hope so too. See you in
All righty.
Chandigarh.
All righty. Take care. Bye
Take
bye.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.